players showed great restraint in the first meeting, and tonight we ask all our supporters to follow suit. Sir Matt Busby's appeal at Old Trafford before the second leg of the World Club Championship against Estudiantes. He added, "Our opponent's attitude to soccer is totally different from our own." So, as United prepared to kick off, it was fingers crossed that no incidents would cause a repeat of the recent fiasco in Buenos Aires. Six minutes after the kickoff, and already one goal up from their first encounter in Argentina, the Students are 2 up thanks to Verón. George Best took the brunt of the punishment, and a warning goes to the South American. This time Bilardo of the Students brought down by Kidd. In fact, the whole thing was like a powder barrel waiting to go up. Thank heavens nobody lit the fuse. After the interval, with Dennis Law injured and still 2 goals behind on aggregate, Manchester tried all they knew to build up enough momentum to score. Poletti, the Students' goalie for the past 4 years. But then came that punch from Best, which sent Medina sprawling and took Best off the field. So with 3 Argentinians also booked, the first World Club Championship ever played in England drew to its embarrassing conclusion. Even that one United goal in the closing moments through Morgan couldn't make it a match to remember. In many ways, we can be thankful it didn't run to a replay, but it came very close, with United getting the ball in the net, but after the whistle. Tom Munson from Southport has spent the past 20 years trying to perfect a formula for making petrol out of water. Now he claims to have succeeded using 95% water and only 5% of a secret ingredient. The result costs him a mere 1 7 per gallon to produce, and he claims it performs just as well as petrol. But as you'd expect, the news had no sooner leaked out than the customs and excise boys were on his track. You can't win nowadays, can you? The excise men advised Mr. Munson that his water fuel will be liable to a duty of 3 8 a gallon. This would bring it up to almost as much as commercial-grade petrol and defeat the whole object. Nevertheless, you've got to admire his spirit. Big blow at Lytham St Anne's. Among 40 international competitors, the British contingent includes engineer Carl Hughes. The event, the Wills International Championship for DN sand yachts. DNs are named after the winning designs in a contest sponsored by the Detroit News. This is the biggest event in Western Europe for these yachts. They're capable of speeds well over 60 miles an hour. The British entries include one of a team who last year crossed the Sahara. Not quite so much sand at Lytham, but a lot more water. And Carl Hughes from the Great Gransden Club near Cambridge is the winner. Two chaps who accidentally stumbled upon a fortune. Nottingham lorry driver Bernard Beaton and 7-year-old David Wareham. In 1966, on a building site at Fishpool near Newstead Abbey, They were among 6 people who discovered more than 1,200 coins, the largest find of medieval gold coins ever recorded in England. Because Mr. Beaton and young David were the only ones officially to declare their discovery, only they have been allowed to keep the coins and auction them. This was the amazing sequel at Glendinning's in London, where 85 of Mr. Beaton's coins were sold for £85,000.
400, 500, £3,500 on my immediate left. At 3,000.
And when he first spotted them on that Fishpool building site, he thought they were pennies or milk bottle tops.
9,600 for the last time.
Kenneth Moore and his wife among the bidders.
£20 on £10,000 then for the last time, then 10,000.
Many millions of pounds have been won on the football pools, but the Fishpool win really is the most rewarding and unexpected turn of fortune. Who's been striking gold in Mexico? Inevitably, the distance runners carry the full burden of Mexico's altitude problem. Ron Clark of Australia, number 102, to suffer the fate of Kano in the 10,000 meters. Both on their backs with oxygen starvation, while Naftali Temu of Kenya pounded home. His time, the fastest ever run at this altitude, was still nearly 2 minutes slower than the sea level world record set by Clark. But if the high altitude hinders long distance, it can do great things for other events. Romania's Viscopoleanu sets a new world and Olympic record long jump to take the gold. But we're all watching Sheila Sherwood, who's taken over where the great Mary Rand left off. She jumped 21 feet 11 inches to take the silver medal for Britain. Now let's watch that lightning 100 meters final. Watch number 279, the fantastic Hines of America.